Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to Arizona Speedway as we are ready to finish off what has been truly an amazing Happy Wheels race weekend. It's now the Happy Wheels 300 version 1 as the Snickers Cup cars Division 1 will take here to this amazing track, which really, you have to admit, has been a difference maker as far as the chase goes in both the Oreo Truck Series and the Mobile One Cup Series. Here tonight, we have a few drivers who can maybe clinch themselves spots into the chase, drivers who are already in the chase trying to get themselves a win to be able to have 5 bonus points towards when the chase field and the chase points are all configured, and drivers trying to make their way inside the top 10 in points here tonight. Also, throw another thing into there, drivers looking maybe for their second win of the season to get them that second wildcard spot. We know that there's only one driver in this series so far who has had 2 wins, and that is Aaron Williams. Right now, he's got a spot locked up in the chase for the championship. We'll see him racing off in Division 3. But here in Division 1, let's get this thing all settled out as far as how everything's going to go down. Our pole sitter right here, Vincent Marsh, is actually one driver who doesn't have to worry about anything. He is good to go. He will be in the chase regardless of where he finishes in this event. He comes in 4th in the standings. Same deal for our points leader, Tim Walsh, who's going to be starting back in, I think I've got him listed in 18th position. So wherever he finishes, he's going to be in the chase. Same deal for Trent Dunham. And I'm looking for Trent's car, and I guess he's starting way at the back in the 1 car. So Trent Dunham, Tim Walsh, Vincent Marsh, those 3 drivers here in Division 1, they have no worries. They will be in the chase. Now, one driver in this field here that has a possibility of making the chase, but he needs a good finish, is the guy starting off in 5th place, the 14 of Tony Speed. He's 5th in the standings, only 13 points ahead of the 10th position in standings, so he's got a little bit of real estate, but he needs a good run here tonight to clinch himself a spot in the chase for the championship. If he is able to do that, he will be the 3rd rookie to be in the chase. The other 2 so far are Tim Walsh and Trent Dunham. Drivers basically that are looking to get into the top 10 in points, and there's only a few of them here in this Division 1 race, and 2 of them it's really a long shot. Actually, for 3 of them it's a long shot. Jamie Watson still is in contention, but he's 22 points out of that 10th position. If he doesn't get a good run tonight, he's eliminated from competition. He's 15th in the standings. 19th in the standings is T.O. Bain. He's 28 points away from the 10th position. And Alex Filter is 17th in the standings, 23 points away from the 10th position. If those 3 drivers hit problems tonight, any kind of problems really, if they don't come away with a top 5, I would believe they would be eliminated from competition. It's basically going to depend on where 10th in the standings Jacob Cook finishes in the Division 2 race. Anyway, we got Toyotas on the front row. As a matter of fact, Toyota holds the top 3 spots for this event and the top 4 spots in the top 6 here. There's you got Vincent Marsh, alongside of him, Josie Berg, Jake Berg 3rd, Ryan Acosta, or make that Emilio Navarrete. I said that name correctly. I'm going to make a mental note of being sure to say that name correctly. I keep saying Navarrete. I received a message that it is actually Navarrete. So Emilio Navarrete will roll off from the 4th position. Then it's Tony Speed trying to clinch himself a spot in the chase alongside of Bob Fergus. How about that? Joe Gibbs Racing. All 3 drivers up inside the top 6 for this race. Let's get these cars rolling off as we're about to find out if Tony Speed can clinch himself a spot in the standings. Then we'll get ready to go under the green flag here. This is just the first step to finding out who the contenders will be for the chase for the championship. Here's the starting lineup. To put them under the green flag. Vincent Marsh looking for his 2nd win of the season. That could certainly help him out as far as the championship standing, since we know he's clinched in. So we get ready to go to green. This Going to Green is brought to you by Silver Machine 9000's YouTube channel. With the best of oval and road course racing, the NCGMRS Vocaloid World Cup Series has it all. Grade A drivers, Grade A cars, Grade A competition. As we get ready to go under the green flag here, the Vocaloid World Cup Series is a must-see series, but you can only watch it if you subscribe to Silver Machine 9000. NCGMRS, we live racing. The link to his channel is in the description. You can subscribe to him right now. I'm a proud member of the NCGMRS, as it's going to be teammates going 1-2 out of turn 2. Vincent Marsh, Jake Berg. Whoa, Berg almost turned his own teammate. What in the world is he thinking? That was awfully interesting. Almost turning and spinning his own teammate out on the back straightaway. Jake Berg, probably some urgency wanting to win a race this season, but man, to take out your own teammate. Caution's out, though. Let's look back and see what's wrong. Oh, looks like Charles Jackson. Ray Wilson possibly damaged. Jordan Hester's damaged. Oh, Lisa Shears and Ben Ward make it. They were involved. And oh no, right there, Jamie Watson, did he get a piece of it? He's got some rear end damage. Looks like if he was involved, and if that car's off the pace, the guy who came into this race 15th in the standings, he's eliminated from championship competition of being able to get inside the top 10. Looks like everybody else was able to get through that incident. The driver I'm seeing with the most damage right there, Lisa Shears. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened. Put us under the caution for the first time tonight. Now watch the 23, the 19, and the 25. Sean Henley gives a shove to Ben Ward. Ben Ward's into Ray Wilson. And it just snaps around from there. Wow, Trent Dunham was just almost involved in that as well. And up into Lisa Shears they go. Look at T.O. Bain. Does Bain get a piece of it here? He's trying to maneuver his way through. He got through it. Wow. Keeps his possible championship hopes alive. Jordan Hester gets a piece of it, though. And Charles Jackson just basically got side hit. Not really much damage to the DeWalt Toyota Camry there, but he did indeed spin out nonetheless. So it looks like it was basically a 5-car incident. Jamie Watson did get through it. He backed off, he got on the brakes, and he missed it in the GoPro Chevrolet. So Lisa Shears, Charles Jackson, Ben Ward, along with Jordan Hester and Ray Wilson. That's the reason we're under the caution for the first time tonight. Let's go back to green. So we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing on lap 6 of 41. I would love very much to hear the radio communications of what went on there in the M&M's Pretzel Toyota when Jake Berg nearly turned him on the back straightaway. That was rather interesting there. Wonder what the motive was. I mean, they were running 1-2, but man, very, very interesting deal right there. Alright, so we're going to show you the running order for the restart here. And this running order is brought to you by Trent the Hedgies YouTube channel. Are you ready to see high-speed, unpredictable racing return to YouTube? Check out Trent the Hedgies NASCAR Sega Cup Series. Season 1 ended with a close points battle by only 6 points. I remember that. It was a big one there. What will we see this season? Tune into Trent the Hedgies channel on YouTube for the NASCAR Sega Cup Series. Sega! And you can see Trent the Hedgies link down in the description if you want to subscribe to him. That season actually is just about to get underway. I just received word this morning that Gatorade Duel number 2 will be up very, very soon. So we're getting close to the Daytona 500 for that. Looking forward to that. Here's the way they line up. Vincent Marsh, Jake Berg, Emilio Navarrete, Tony Speed, still keeping his chase hopes alive. He's 4th. Then it's Josie Berg, Logan Wilson, Darren Russell, Bob Fergus, Stephen Dillon, and John Dillon. Take a look here at the 2 Dillon brothers for Penske Racing right up here inside the top 10 now. And look at the gaggle of Toyotas as we're back to the green flag. You got Vincent Marsh, you got Jake Berg, you got Josie Berg, you've got Bob Ferguson, you got Logan Wilson. I think I just named off 5 or 6 of them right there, and they're all inside the top 10. This time, Jake Berg's going to make a clean pass on his teammate and go for the lead. And Vincent Marsh, you noticed he gave him a little bit of room there. I wonder if he was a little bit nervous being around Jake Berg and just said, okay, you want to be that aggressive? Okay, go to the front. What do I care? And it really seemed like that was the case there. Jake Berg may be intimidating his own teammates, and that's not exactly a good thing to do there, as he will take the lead. Now here's a guy, Emilio Navarrete, who could very easily get himself into the championship hunt if he could pick up his second win of the season. That could get him the second wildcard spot behind Aaron Williams. So, tell you what, he's got a motive here today. His win came back, I believe it was at Atlanta, if I remember correctly, just before the All-Star race weekend took place. So, he's trying here. He's the only driver out of the Roush Fenway stables to have a win this season. So, that's even bigger right there. Joe Gibbs Racing, they're looking for their second win of the season with Jake Berg leading the way. Vincent Marsh, of course, went to victory lane earlier on this season back in race number 2 at Phoenix. And hey, take a look at Stewart Haas Racing. Good run for Darren Russell up there in that 10 car. He's in 3rd place. Stephen Dillon 4th. Big battle back here for 5th between Catherine Young, Brittany Rogers, and looks like Vincent Marsh will get at the line as the caution is waving. And oh, it's the points leader, Tim Walsh. Robert Band, Callum Wales, Ben Ward, Alex Filter. Filter, that's one of those drivers trying to get into the top 10. He came into this race 17th in standings. He's eliminated now. Tim Feigl also got a piece of it as the caution waves. And, oh man, where's Tim Walsh? There he is, the points leader. He knows he's going to be in the chase for the championship. But, man, that's a tough break for him right there in that 15 car. The 5-hour Energy Toyota crunched, and certainly this is not going to be a momentum booster heading into the chase, but real tough break for him, the Michael Waltrip Racing Toyota. Let's see what involved our points leader and our current rookie leader as well, Tim Walsh. Well, here's a look. Looks like Bob Fergus gets into John Dillon coming off of turn 2. And they bounce off into Alex Filter, and Filter's the car that's going to snap loose. Look at the Penske cars. Man, Eric Burton just missed that. And, oh, Adam Rose got spun by Steve Marsh there. And, oh, Callum Wales, nowhere to go. Trent Dunham. Wow, what a miss by the Whittier Chevy. Oh, but Tim Walsh, nowhere to go. Runs straight into it, and Robert Band's into the back of him. Tim Feigl's into the back of Robert Band, and Ben Ward, nowhere to go, as the Hokies Virginia Tech Chevrolet spun right down in front of him. So, quite a pile up here, starting basically from the back straightaway all the way down to the entrance of turn 3. But man, what a miss by both Sean Henley, who followed in the tire tracks of Trent Dunham. Good miss by Trent. As we're under the caution flag, the points leader's out of the race, and so he'll enter into the chase for the championship with a DNF here tonight at Arizona. So we'll go back to green flag racing on lap 13 of 41. Drivers just made pit stops. It's kind of cycled around those pit stops. Brought to you by NASCAR Freak 2002's channel. 11 epic series to watch. The World Offline Stock Car title. Offline racing like no other. That's the WRSCT, which has really come to life on YouTube as well. And we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing, which, of course, is brought to you by Trent the Hedgie's channel. So we get ready for the running order here. Trent the Hedgie's channel and NASCAR Freak 2002's channel links are both in the description if you wish to subscribe to them. Jake Berg, first in, first off on pit road. He'll keep the lead. Emilio Navarrete, he's in second. Third is Stephen Dillon now, as I think he was actually either 4th or 5th after that caution flag came out, so he picked up a spot on 2 on pit road. Darren Russell lost a spot. He's going to restart 4th. Brittany Rogers up to 5th, and Catherine Young is in 6th. There's Vincent Marsh in 7th. 8th is Josie Berg. Logan Wilson 9th. 10th place is where we find Eric Burton now. Connor Breton is in 11th. 12th is Leo Rogers. Christian James 13th. Jack Richards started dead last. He's up to 14th. Bob Fergus is 15th. The rest of the top 20 is Kenny McCurry, T.O. Bain, Alex Quintana, John Dillon, and Jamie Watson. As we get ready to get the green flag back out, it is displayed. And, whoa, did Jake Berg get a good jump or what? Now it's a battle on for second. Stephen Dillon to the inside of Emilio Navarrete. Darren Russell going to try and challenge for 3rd place now. Whoa, 3 wide for 3rd. Catherine Young putting down to the inside. And you know one thing about Brittany Rogers, Catherine Young, they entered into this race, into this season very, very late. So right now they're basically just trying to turn some heads for next season. Say, hey, look, we can win races. We can run up front with the big names. And maybe they can get themselves a nice full-time ride for next season, since pretty much they are eliminated from championship hunting. Even when they started out in their debuts, they were pretty much done because they entered so late. But Stephen Dillon, he's catching Jake Berg here. Berg's about to feel his first challenge ever since taking the lead from his teammate Vincent Marsh. And speaking of taking, Tony Speed has to have a good finish here today in order to take and have a spot in the championship hunt. He's currently in the 29th position. Not a good run for him. He's actually got some right side damage. Don't know where that came from, but the Old Spice Chevrolet, that's not a good deal for Tony Speed right now, as he's currently running off the pace, it almost looks like. He's got right side damage, and look at this. Battle for the lead. Stephen Dillon to the inside, and he'll take the top spot. Penske Racing's already been to victory lane this season. It was when Garrett Hay ended up putting the 22 car in victory lane back at Infineon. Since then, Hay has left that ride, and it now is in the possession of Eric Burton, but the caution's out now. So Stephen Dillon's going to lead us under caution. Catherine Young looks like will be second. Jake Berg third. Josie Bergen fourth, and Vincent Marsh fifth. As Stephen Dillon will take the caution flag, and let's see what happened. Oh, Logan Wilson, Christian Janes, those two were involved. And you gotta wonder, maybe was Tony Speed in that? That could be the case. Let's see. And this could be a very helpful caution for Tony Speed. Almost looks like he's got a flat right front at this point. I'm seeing the splitter kind of leaning in towards the racetrack. So maybe there's a flat on that car after that right side damage there on that back to school Office Depot Chevy. Let's see what happened. Was Tony Speed involved in this incident that also involved Logan Wilson and Christian Janes? Take a look here. The incident occurs when it looks like Logan Wilson's getting a little bit of help here from, is it Jamie Watson? Or maybe it's from Christian Janes here. Maybe Janes comes up the racetrack. Janes is to the inside. Where's the contact start? Oh, does Janes get into Ray Wilson right here, maybe? No? Boy, what started this wreck? Oh, wait. Trent Dunham onto the back of Christian Janes. This must have happened down in turn 1. I thought it happened over in turn 4. Oh, there you go. Trent Dunham. He shoved Christian Janes up the racetrack and nowhere for him to go. And Logan Wilson, just an innocent bystander, taken along for the ride. Trent Dunham going just a little too hot into that corner. Shoves the 17 up a groove, and the Red Bull Toyota of Logan Wilson was already there. That's a tough break. Both those drivers, Christian Janes and Logan Wilson, they restarted this race inside the top 15, and both of them, they're done for the day as those engines are toast. That's a tough break right there for two drivers. Neither of which were in the championship picture, but certainly had cars good enough to win here tonight. So we'll go back to green flag racing. It'll be on lap 21 of 41. So we are now past halfway in this event. As currently out of the race, I haven't done that in a while. Let's tell you the drivers that have retired so far. They include Christian Janes, Logan Wilson, Callum Wales, our points leader Tim Walsh, Alex Filter, Robert Band, Ben Ward, and Lisa Shears. So that's from 28th on down through 35th. Alright, so let's get ready to show you the running order now. Brought to you by Trent the Hedgie's YouTube channel. His link to his channel, if you wish to subscribe to him, is in the description. Stephen Dillon is the leader. Catherine Young is second. Jake Berg is third. Josie Berg fourth. And fifth is Vincent Marsh. And you got Eric Burton in sixth. Seventh is Leo Rogers. Eighth is Amelia Navarrete. Ninth is Connor Breeden. And Brittany Rogers is in 10th. Let's go a little further back. 11th is John Dillon, 12th is Jack Richards, 13th Kenny McCrae, 14th is Steve Marsh, and Darren Russell is in 15th. Sorry about that. So, Stephen Dillon, looking for what I think would actually be his first win of his career in the Snickers Cup Series. As he's going to get the green flag, and we're back underway. Here comes the car that's been the most dominant all day long, if not the overly aggressive. Jake Berg, he's going to go for the lead. How would it be for the Bergs if they could go 1-2? Because look at Josie Berg in the Michael Waltrip Racing Toyota down to the inside. Michael Waltrip Racing already with one contender out for this win here tonight. And that, of course, is the points leader, Tim Walsh. So Josie Berg, maybe not only trying to win for the Bergs, but trying to win for Michael Waltrip Racing as well, who has been to victory lane only one time this season, and that was, of course, with Tim Walsh picking up his first win of the season back last week at Michigan. Tell you what though, if anybody, and I mean anybody, is going to win this race, they're going to have a fight on their hands having to try and deal with Jake Berg. He made his presence known at the very beginning of the race, nearly turning his teammate Vincent Marsh, and since then he has been up in front pretty much this whole race. The only challenge he got was from Stephen Dillon, and you saw right there in that last restart, he just came right back and said, if you could pass me, I could pass you right back. Speaking of passing, it may be a battle between two siblings there. Josie Berg to the inside of her brother Jake, and Josie Berg's going to go to the lead. So Jake, well, look at Jake Berg though. real tough on the high side, trying to continue to get the run here. And oh boy, look who's coming up the inside line there. Vincent Marsh. What's he going to do with his teammate? Let's see. Is he just going to pass him, or is he going to make some move on him? He's going to just pass him. Good veteran move there by Vincent Marsh. And Vincent, I'm trying to think here, is this going to be, I almost want to say this is his third straight Snickers Cup Series chase that he's going to make. I can't remember. Last year, I remember he drove the 7 car, and it seems like he made the chase then, and I think he drove the 18 the year before that and made the chase. I may be getting myself mixed up here, but it almost seems like that's the case, as Toyotas run 1, 2, 3 here at Arizona. Let's look further back here. In 4th place, look who's here. Started dead last, and Jack Richards is up inside the top 5 now. Maybe looking for his first win of the season here. That 5 car has been awfully close a few times and has not been able to get it done. And then you got 2 UPS Fords back there. Emilio Navarrete and Connor Breton up here in the mix now. As Emilio Navarrete is in 5th, Connor Breton in 6th. Stephen Dillon, who led us to this restart, he slipped back to 7th. Then it's Alex Quintana. Good run for him in the 9th position. He's a fill-in driver for Jack Nathan. As a matter of fact, we got quite a few fill-in drivers here this weekend. Of course, we've got John Acosta filling in for the injured Ryan Acosta in the 80 car in Division 3. And then Anthony McCurry's running double duty like he did in the Mobile One Cup Series. He's driving the 38 for Harui Tashimi, who was injured and out for the rest of the season in Division 2. And also driving his regular ride for Hendrick Motorsports in Division 3 in the 88 Chevrolet. Comes Eric Burton. Now that 22 car, as mentioned, has been to victory lane already this season. However, it was not with Eric Burton behind the wheel. It was Garrett Hay who put it in victory lane. So Eric Burton would love to be able to pick up his first Snickers Cup Series victory of the season. And actually, when you think about it, if he did that, that 22 car already has a win under its belt. That would put him in a wild card spot. So there's another chance right there for Eric Burton to maybe make the championship. And speaking of championship, here's a driver who will contend for the Snickers Cup Series Championship. Trent Dunham, he's up inside the top 10 now after missing 2 wrecks there earlier on here in this race. And that Whittier Chevrolet, good run for him. As a matter of fact, I was talking with Trent Dunham earlier, and he said that the one thing he's wondering now is will his Earnhardt Ganassi teammate Devin Wilson make the chase. He is in 9th in the standings, only 2 points ahead of 10th in the standings. So he's going to be wondering if maybe 2 Earnhardt Ganassi racing cars can be in the chase for the championship. He'd love to probably have a teammate there, especially when they get to the final 2 races of the season, Talladega and Zenjoltis, because, you know, you can use your teammate as a drafting partner since you're both battling it out for the championship. As up front, things have really shuffled around now. Josie Berg continues to lead, then Emilio Navarrete second, and look at that gaggle of cars here now. Jake Berg has fallen back here, and it's Eric Burton, Alex Quintana, Vincent Marsh, all moving into this picture. Look at them all bunched up here now. You can sense the urgency because there's almost 10 laps to go. Richards now into 4th. 5th is under contention between Eric Burton and Connor Breton. Look at now Trent Dunham and Kenny McCurry getting into the mix here as well. A whole gaggle of cars back from about 5th to 10th, maybe even to 12th. And the caution's out. Caution's out now. And it's Ray Wilson and Jordan Hester getting together again. That's the second time tonight. Sean Henley's also involved. As Josie Berg is going to take the caution flag. And we got a total of 10 laps to go now. Emilio Navarrete, he's in 2nd. Stephen Dillon is in 3rd. Jack Richards 4th. Eric Burton 5th. Jake Berg will be 6th. Trent Dunham 7th. And the rest of the top 10, Kenny McCurry is now up to 8th. Connor Breton 9th. And 10th is Vincent Marsh. But the caution is out. And you gotta wonder if maybe it was payback from an earlier incident. We saw Ray Wilson, Jordan Hester get together for the first time tonight. I think it was the first wreck of the night. And it looks like Sean Henley gets caught up in it as well. A tough break for him. Sean Henley, who just a few days ago ended up finding out he was going to be battling it out for the Mobile One Cup Series Championship. And there's Tony Speed. He's in the 22nd position. That's not good for him. He's trying to still clinch himself a spot in the championship standings. And right now, that's not the way to do it. Caution's out, though. There's Henley, there's Hester, and Ray Wilson's already on pit road. Let's see what happened to these 3 drivers. Let's see where the contact starts. I wonder if it was Charles Jackson hooking Ray Wilson. Yes, it was. Charles Jackson turns Ray Wilson straight up the racetrack into Jordan Hester and Sean Henley. And Jackson gets involved in it as well. And look at Ray Wilson up and onto his side. And actually up onto the hood of Jordan Hester. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Ray Wilson riding up on the hood of Jordan Hester. Hester's able to actually get out from underneath. But wow. That car got a good view of Caterpillar right there. Let's take a look at an onboard with Jordan Hester, see just exactly what he saw. Onboard with the Stanley Tools Ford. Oh, here's the contact, and oh, look at that. Caterpillar Toyota. There you go, folks. You got a good bird's eye view of Caterpillar Toyota. How about that for advertising? Caution's out, though. A 4-car incident up in turn 1 puts us under the caution. And we may be headed for our final restart of the night. Let's get back to it. Well, we'll get ready to go back under the green flag. Drivers not making pit stops. I guess they were able to just make it on just one pit stop here tonight. They may end up having to make something here in the closing stages, though. Maybe they're trying to stretch it. I don't know. But we're going to find that out in mere moments. We'll go back to green flag racing. It'll be on lap 36 of 41, giving us a total of 6 laps to go in this event. Drivers out after that incident are Sean Henley and Ray Wilson. And we will now get ready to show you who's going to restart where, brought to you by Trent the Hedgie's YouTube channel. Check the link in the description if you want to subscribe to him. And you may want to. I mean, the Sega Cup Series, that's starting up now, and you'll want to see that. That's some real good action. Josie Berg, looking for her first career win in the NNSCRA and her first Snickers Cup Series victory as well. Will lead. Emilio Navarrete will start in second. He's looking for his second win of the season and maybe a chance to get a wild card spot into the chase for the championship. Stephen Dillon, he's going to line up there in third. Fourth is going to be Jack Richards and Eric Burton fifth. The rest of the top 10 is Jake Berg, Trent Dunham, Kenny McCurry, Connor Breton, and Vincent Marsh. Take a look up here. You got Emilio Navarrete, you got Stephen Dillon, you've got Trent Dunham there in the top 10. Those three, they're going to face off against a total of 11 more drivers trying to battle it out for the Mobile One Cup Series Championship next week. And whoa, 3 wide for the lead just like that. It was Emilio Navarrete going down to the inside, but Stephen Dillon stuck it down even further. And Stephen Dillon, just like that, to the lead. Stephen Dillon, in his career, has yet to get to victory lane in a Snickers Cup Series event. Could tonight be the night? Emilio Navarrete says, no, I want the win. I want my second career Snickers Cup Series victory, and I want a chance at a wildcard spot to get into the championship chase for the Snickers Cup Series. But the caution is out, so this is a battle to the stripe, I would think. Or are they going to back down and have to take the caution this time? No! And here comes Navarrete. He's down to the inside, but Stephen Dillon threw a major block. Out of turn 3 and turn 4. Does Navarrete have anything left for Stephen Dillon? This is to the stripe for the win, and it will be Stephen Dillon by about a car length winning the Happy Wheels 300 version 1. Career win in the Snickers Cup Series, number 1, and that's the second win of the season for Penske Racing as Stephen Dillon gets it done. What a victory right there. This has been a pretty good season for Stephen Dillon. He's going to be battling it out for Mobile One Cup Series Championship, and now tonight, about 24 hours after he was told he's going to be one of those 14 contenders for the championship of the Mobile One Cup Series, he picks up his first Snickers Cup Series victory of his career. Emilio Navarrete, boy, did he put a good move there, but Stephen Dillon was able to block him, and Navarrete will have to settle for second place tonight. Jake Berg, who had probably one of the most dominant cars of the night, he'll have to settle for third. Jack Richards, talk about your picking up places award winner. Jack Richards is going to finish in the 4th position after starting dead last in this event. And where in the world did Kenny McCurry come out of? I mean, he came out of absolutely nowhere, and he's going to finish the night in 5th place. Then you got a couple of drivers who already are in the chase for the championship, but good finishes for them. Vincent Marsh in 6th and Trent Dunham in 7th. Good run for Leo Rogers. A nice top 10 run for the Mapai, I guess that's how you would pronounce it, Mapai Dodge of Robbie Golden Motorsports. He's going to finish in 8th. 9th will be Alex Quintana. Good run for that rookie as well. good Roush Fenway finish there in that 9th position. And Eric Burton's going to finish the night in 10th place. He pretty much had a top 10 car all night long, so a good finish for him. Darren Russell, he fell back a while. We saw him start up at the front, remain up at the front, and then he just slipped back. He was able to recover, come back up to 11th, and look at this. Car that led us to our final restart, Josie Berg, going to finish the night in 12th place. Boy, she really slipped back there. Well, we're currently under the caution flag. Let's look back and see what put us under the caution for the final time tonight as Stephen Dillon has picked up his first Snickers Cup Series victory here tonight at Arizona. Here's what happened, and Jamie Watson will not be able to be in the chase for the championship. Neither will Theo Bain, nor will Alex Filter. All three of those drivers who we were talking about that had an opportunity to get into the chase for the championship, it's not going to happen for either of all three of them here tonight. They will not be able to battle it out for the championship. As you see right there, Jamie Watson hooks Brittany Rogers up into Bob Fergus. Catherine Young nowhere to go. And it's just on from there. And that allowed Tony Speed to pick up some positions, about 4 or 5 of them. That could be the difference maker right there for Tony Speed, whether or not he's clinched a spot here tonight in the championship. I mean, I'm almost certain he's going to make the championship hunt, but he would like to be able to have an assurity here tonight that he's been able to get in, rather than have to wait and see how the other drivers do. But it looks like Catherine Young, Jamie Watson, Bob Fergus, and where's that other car? Brittany Rogers, there she is, all get involved in what was the final caution of the night and handed the win over to Stephen Dillon. Let's go back for the checkers. Well, Tony Speed is going to finish the night in 17th place. It's still uncertain as to whether or not that's good enough to clinch himself a spot in the championship, so we're going to have to find out at the end of Division 3 to see if indeed the 14 is going to be in the chase for the Snickers Cup. But nonetheless, we do know for a fact that Stephen Dillon is going to come out of Turn 4 for the final time and picking up his first win of his career in the Snickers Cup Series. He has wins in previous races. I think he ended up winning a Mobile One Cup Series race back in Season 2 at Zenjoltis. But this is his first Snickers Cup Series win of his career as he takes the checkers. Stephen Dillon wins at Arizona. And this winning moment is brought to you by Lego Racer 41's YouTube channel. Lego Racer 41's channel is the only channel ran by coyotes. You can check out the link for his channel in the description if you want to subscribe. Stephen Dillon gets it done here tonight. Someone's watching a loud video in the next room. But Stephen Dillon wins the race. Penske Racing gets its second win of the season. And we now know that Stephen Dillon and Dodge have won here tonight at Arizona. And we also know that we do not know if Tony Speed has made the chase for the championship. Well, next week it's going to be a lot more controversy. Well, not next week. Rather, our next race is going to be filled with a lot more controversy. We got 2 drivers in Division 2, make it 3 drivers, who come in 8th, 9th, 10th in the standings. Going to be a lot of big stuff going on there. Thanks for watching. Stephen Dillon picks up his first Snickers Cup Series victory here tonight at Arizona. The Happy Wheels 300 race weekend continues here. Divisions 2 and 3 will be coming up very soon. You've been watching NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.